Guys, it is the weekend, and this Sunday is the Indianapolis 500. So between Memorial Day travel and the Indy 500, it's a great time for people who love being stuck in a car. That's right, it's Memorial Day weekend, and I read that veterans and service members can get discounts at Outback Steakhouse. Because nothing says thank you for putting your life on the line like 10% off a bloomin' onion. But this isn't good. The Department of Agriculture just recalled over 60,000 pounds of raw beef due to concerns about E. coli. Anyway, enjoy those Memorial Day barbecues, everybody. Have a great one. Let's get to some news here. Today, President Trump left for a state visit to Japan. Then next week, he's also...
All right. Bloomin' onion.
President Trump left for a state visit to Japan, and then next week, he's also traveling to the UK. Trump's nervous. He was like, first I have to learn Japanese, now I have to learn English. I mean, who is making my schedule? Meanwhile, the race for 2020 is underway, and I saw that Walmart invited Bernie Sanders to its annual shareholders meeting. This is very nice. Walmart told Bernie if he doesn't win, they're going to hire him as a greeter.
Welcome to Walmart! My name is Bernie!
Here's some sports news. I heard that the NFL might start allowing players to smoke marijuana. In response, NFL players were like, cool, we can't wait to try weed for the very first time. I get this, officials in the UK say that... Oh, guys, you hear that? It's the news. It's been so worked up lately that it must be still awake. If it's cool with you guys, I'd just like to take a moment to put the news to bed. It's time for Good Night News. Let's see if we can put this news to bed. Good night, 23 Democrats now in the race. Like so-and-so, that other guy, and of course, what's his face? Good night, Indy 500. I've never been so impressed with someone whose job is to keep turning left. Good night, senior prom. Stick your head out the window. Now put it back in and throw up in the limo. Good night, Game of Thrones. We have a new king. He goes by the name of Sir Poland Spring. Good night, billionaire. Paying off an entire class's student debt. Or as last year's class put it, oh man, what the F? Good night, Bachelorette. A fun televised game. Wish I knew who to root for, but they all look the same. And finally, good night, Aladdin. You were granted 3 wishes. And now that you're rich, it's a whole new world, biatches. There you go. That was a good night news. Hey guys, it's graduation season, and that means people are shopping for that perfect card for their graduate. And while there are some great cards, there are also some very unpopular ones that you should avoid. I'll show you what I mean. For instance, this card says, good luck. Open it up, it says, paying your own cell phone bill. Graduation card.
Come on.
This card says, congrats, grad. You just made your 68-year-old dad carry an IKEA couch down 5 flights of stairs. And finally, this card says, remember, if at first you don't succeed, there's always running for president. There you guys have it. Finally, guys, it is time for a show of hands. This is where we show what politicians are really doing with their hands while we think that they're focused on giving speeches. Enjoy.
I also believe that it's turned out to be an asset that I come from a different generation. I maybe don't look the part in terms of having quite as many silver hairs as you'd expect a presidential candidate to have.
But at the same time, it says that if you are a lower income senior citizen, you will not be able to get the one nutritious meal a day you now receive through the Meals on Wheels program or the help you desperately need.
My grandfather, Finney, used to say, Joey, you're labor from belt buckle to shoe sole. That's how I was raised. And there's no labor leader who's done a better job.
And Mike, we're in there working hard, right? And we're getting it done. Like very few have gotten it done before. We're doing really well as a country.
On and on and on. I said, and it's on and on and on.